Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I am Christine. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at another Nueva call because I think it is important to keep track of that network marketing company. Nueva Global thought it was a smart idea to falsely copyright strike videos from anti-MLM creators, trying to silence them, trying to take those videos down. I believe because they don't want any negative press, they don't want any negative videos about them, because it would hinder their approach to recruit as many people as possible early on. They launched now about a month ago, I think it was mid-April, and they really have to try to get a lot of people in as quickly as possible. Today, they don't even have products yet, so the only thing they do is recruit. Surprise. Former Modere distributors, after Modere shut down the company from one day to another without letting any of their distributors know, they just posted on a website. They also allegedly didn't pay them the last paycheck they were owed, and the people started something new. They didn't just take their teams to a new network marketing company, which is something that typically happens, but they started their own MLM. And they thought it was a smart idea trying to silence other people. So let's make sure that they also understand that that will not happen. Because if you try to target one person, you try to target a lot more people, and petty people will come out and will make even more videos about Nueva, trying to make sure that the general public understands Nueva is a network marketing company. Network marketing companies are not good. And in this case, this is a specifically stupid one. And I will explain to you in the call very likely why. I uploaded another video about Nueva. I will link it up here. We had a lot of fun. These people are so easy to snark on, and they really can only recruit people at the moment. So they're operating as a pyramid scheme, but they think they're the bestest people in the world, praising the most amazing business plan that doesn't even exist. They don't even have a compensation plan yet. Praising the best products on planet Earth. They also don't have products yet. The only thing they do is recruit. The top person currently has been able to recruit 900 people. Now, for legal purposes, I will not show you screenshots or pictures of the back end. Just know that I have them in case I legally need to prove that I do have them, that I actually have access to this back end. But I will just walk you through the numbers and I will just walk you through the information. So if that is interesting to you, then keep on listening. We will get started with this May team huddle from this amazing team that currently can only recruit. I'm not getting tired of saying it. Nueva Global cannot sell products yet, they can only recruit. Well, that's a bummer. Let's get started.
Started tonight, and welcome to our team huddle, One Team Global. And holy cow, I kind of feel like we are in a whirlwind. What is happening out there? We just got some final numbers in right before I jumped on this Zoom tonight, and we are closing in on 4,500 people that have been pre-enrolled by all of you and all of us. I mean,
and that's really the focus of all of this. That's really all they can do, recruit people. Now, so far as I see in the back end, they were able to recruit 99 people who in return were also able to recruit people. That doesn't mean that not more people signed up in this pre-launch phase, but that also doesn't necessarily mean that they signed up other people. But at the moment, 99 people were able to recruit others. And person at spot number 99 was able to recruit 18 people, and the person at the very top was able to recruit 900 people. No products in sight yet. It's just about recruiting.
Holy smokes. And remember, we started this on Saturday where we said, okay, you guys can start putting some people in and pre-enrolling some people. You know, the system, let's just kind of play around with it. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we're into Tuesday evening, and we're at 4,500. At this pace, we might break an all-time world record by the end of May with what is going on. So I'm really excited. We were talking to Josh, who's kind of helping us with the back end and all the infrastructure and stuff like that. And he said, wow, we are moving fast. He was sending us some boxes from the corporate office there in Michigan. And the boxes look unbelievable.
The boxes that haven't even been sent out yet. The recruitment aspect of this company is already starting to die down, because one of the people that I reacted to in the last call, I also spoke about her backend data because it was easily available, and she was able to recruit over 200 people in her first 2 weeks in Nueva, and in her second 2 weeks, a month in, she was only able to recruit 50. Now that is still 251 people overall that she was able to recruit up until this very point. I will show you the updated number that I will take a look at when I edit the video before I upload it, so that you have the most up-to-date number. But the recruitment machinery is already dying down, because the most people, they are always recruited at the very beginning. 200 in the first 2 weeks, and then 50 in the second 2 weeks. So that is down a fourth already for that specific person. And that just shows that there is already something like market saturation starting to happen. Maybe next week it is another 25 people, or over the course of the next 2 weeks, and maybe then it is just 15 and 10, and then an occasional person. The very speed of recruitment they do at the very beginning, that's why they are so eager to do this so quickly. Join us quickly, recruit now. That is the reason why they're doing that. But that aspect already starts to die down. So let's see. Let's see how they're actually developing in the future. By the time they have products, might be useful to not just operate as a pyramid scheme, but we will see how the recruitment aspect actually develops.
Just the signage on them, the Nueva branding, all this cool stuff about looking inside. And there's so much, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is like so amazing. Like, people are going to love this. Customers are going to love this. Marketers are going to love this. And he said that he's like, our goal is by June 1st to be doing the pre-orders for the different launch packs and things like that. And then the comp plan, he wants to get that thing paying out by June 15th. So, I mean, it is all on board right now.
No, apparently nothing is on board. If you only have the ability to recruit now, you can pre-order products. You can't even order them. You can pre-order them at the beginning of June. And then the compensation plan might start out mid-June, a compensation plan that obviously doesn't exist yet. Then nothing is in order. Then you have nothing. You just signed up warm bodies. And that, in my very subjective, unprofessional opinion, sounds like human trafficking. You're just collecting warm bodies. At the moment, that's it.
All hands on deck, and so much is happening. So I just want to say thanks for your patience. Thanks for everything that you're doing. I know a lot of you have been pre-enrolling.
Thanks for recruiting, because that's all you can do.
That aren't attached to you, just reach out to somebody that brought you into the business. They'll make sure that they get that person attached to you. There's an email that you'll send to, and we're just putting everything together. We were talking to a couple of the people at the corporate office that are going to be helping run all the customer service, and I'm going to tell you something. These are some of the best women I've ever worked with in 30 years. It's like, oh my gosh, they're so talented. They're so skilled. They know the system inside and out. They know how to make things happen just like this. And now they're building their team out. They're getting all their people in place. And man, they are just getting warmed up for something really, really big. I think, what's funny is they hear about, people coming on board and things happening so fast and all this stuff just getting all the way out there quickly. And now they're seeing it and they're just like, oh my gosh, I thought you guys would have 4,000 people in a couple weeks, not a couple days. So they're understanding that we're not normal marketers. You all know that, right? We're a little bit above average. Like, we got some skill here. One of the things that we know how to do is sign people up and sell product and, create a story and get on social and do things that we know how to do so well. So everyone's like, where did this group come from? Like, who are these people?
Yeah, I ask myself that as well. Who are these people, and why this excitement when you legitimately have nothing to offer yet, except for a very psychedelically looking background? It would make me nervous if that was my tapestry at home, if that is what my walls would look like. I do have pops of colors here and there, but that would make me very, very nervous if that is the wall I have to look at all the time. It is giving flying high vibes, if you know what I mean. And yes, of course, they're doing it completely different there because they don't even have a compensation plan yet. They're already recruiting thousands and thousands and thousands of people into this super successful endeavor. but they might only pay them starting mid-June. That's when the compensation plan might pay out. But at the moment, we don't even have products. But there will come in amazing boxes and everybody will love them. You have nothing to show for. Nothing.
Wow, holy smoke. So I just want to say congratulations and way to go. Couple announcements really quick is that we do this team huddle because there's so many people coming on board right now. It's just out of control in a really, really good way. But for everyone to understand this team huddle happens every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. I know a lot of people keep asking, when's the team huddle again? When's the team huddle again? It's going to be every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central, this same Zoom link. So I know there's a badge out there and someone can maybe drop it in the chat so that everyone else can have it and save it in their phone. But just know that this is the place every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central. This will happen no matter what, whether it's myself, whether it's Sarah, whether it's some of the other amazing leaders, whether it's guest people, but we will be doing this every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The boards are One Team Global board. So if someone wants to drop that link in the chat for everybody, but you want to definitely be on top of the boards here because this is where you get all the info, all the calls, everything. Just make sure if you're not on our boards, get our boards, play around with our boards, understand our boards, because we're going to be loading everything up on that. Now we're going to be starting to do 2 different working sessions every week, and someone can drop that in the chat, the flyer. But every Monday and Thursday, you're going to have the ability to have a working session for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it's going to be, and you can really be a part of these. These working sessions are for you to help you grow, for you to help you understand the business better, conversations better, get more people to join, get more people to follow, and just all the best practices that we're using every single day that are converting, that are working. We just want to make sure those working sessions are at your fingertips and you can plug into them as much as you want and get your team to plug into them as much as you want. You know, one of the things we're so grateful for with this community is all the talent and all the people with their expertise and their willingness to share and teach and give their best secrets away. I mean, this is what makes this community so well, is everybody lifting one another up, everybody growing together, everybody taking care of one another.
Everyone stacked on top of each other, everyone depending on each other. Once that alleged compensation plan goes live, you depend on each and every person there because it's a network marketing company. And at the moment, one that doesn't even sell products yet. And those amazing boxes that are to come, so stay tuned.
You know, everybody making sure that you have the best things that you can use every day to grow your business, build your business. And I know sometimes when things are moving so fast right now.
And you have all the things you need. You just need to recruit people at the moment. That's really all you need. You don't need resources for that. Just sign people up.
We let things fall through the cracks and things like that. Well, we just want to do our best so that everyone's equipped, so everyone knows what they need to do, and everyone can plug in. And if there's something that you need questions with, just reach out. Reach out to any of the leaders, reach out to myself, Sarah, just reach out to anybody and say, hey, I have a question about this, or where can you guide me to define this, or what would you do in this situation? I mean, there's so much, humility in this group and compassion and, people that want to help one another. I never met a group that's so close in such a short amount of time that wants to help one another and grow one another and really take care of one another.
Yeah, I guess that has very likely to do with some sort of trauma bonding, because these are former Modere distributors who pretty much just lost everything overnight. They didn't even allegedly get paid by Modere, and Modere just shut down without letting them know a thing. Just posting on the website. And that, in my opinion, has something to do with trauma bonding. What do we do now? And these people really had to hustle to start a new MLM. They had to be really quick because timing is super essential to hold as many people connected to them as possible. But what if that novelty wears off? What if you actually have a compensation plan you need to fulfill and the people do the same crappy exercises with a crappy outcome for most people, as is typical for network marketing companies? How many people are then still excited about this tight-knit community, and how many people are then going to leave? I do believe it has to do with them being pretty much screwed over by Modere, but that feeling, that thought, that idea of belonging together will very likely not last forever. And I'm all here for it.
And that says a lot. So use those working sessions a couple times a week on Monday and Thursday, because you will learn a lot. It will help your business and bring as many people as you want to be a part of that. Now, as this is going to be every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central, we are now setting up a product overview, product knowledge, product training every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, okay? So this is going to be part of our flow, part of our week. So what we're going to do is we're going to be streaming the Wednesday night product trainings and the Wednesday night product education into the social retail group, okay? Which is the new wave, the social retail, the new wave, because we're not going to do them on Zoom anymore or webinar anymore, because we just have too many people out there that want to disrupt what we're doing and, try to, put a little craziness on what this thing is already. And we're just like, no more of that.
You mean like operating as a pyramid scheme? Well, how's that working? How's that going for you? Because there are a lot more videos now than there were ever before about Nueva Global. And they're having product calls, product knowledge and education a month and a half after launch. Products they want to launch. One was an energy drink. That was something they already announced on their website. I also showed you a promo in another video where they promoted something they called Bikini in a bottle. He spoke about peptides. It looks like they're very much stuck in the old Modere ways. It looks like this company will very much be a crossover of Modere and Make Wellness. Not a surprise, not new, not disrupting the industry. But I will make sure that more videos are to come as well from my end. That more and more people understand that. That's Nueva, yes. Because they tried to false copyright strike anti-MLM creators because they didn't want negative news, because they didn't want criticism. Here's the kicker though. If you operate in the open as a network marketing company, you will get criticism. Learn to handle that, because these videos will not go away. It's the exact opposite. If you try to attack one person by trying to falsely take down their videos, more and more will pop up. So unless they quit their job there, they really try to make it their full-time job to try and take all of the anti-MLM videos down, they do not have any time in the world anymore to build this totally successful network marketing company where you currently can only recruit. Product education and the products are to come. I'm just mentioning that yet again.
So we're going to be actually streaming every Wednesday night, and tomorrow night's a big night. A lot of you seen the flyer. If not, someone drop it in the chat for tomorrow night. But that's going to be Margie Alaprandi, and a lot of you know Margie. She is the best when it comes to product knowledge, and she's a wealth of information. And she's going to be interviewing one of the doctors about our hydrogen nitric oxide product. So that is going to be super, super exciting tomorrow night. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central in Social Retail, the New Wave. So if you're not a part of that group, you got to just have someone add you to that group, invite you into that group. You got to be friends with them on Facebook, and they can put you into that group. But let's make sure you're into that group. It's a really great place to be. Every time I put someone into that group, especially brand new people, I always get something back saying, oh my gosh, what is this group? There's so much excitement in this group. There's so much knowledge in this group. Everyone's so excited. There's like so much in this group. This is awesome. Is this kind of, we're all working together? I'm like, yeah, this is for you to use. This is for you to plug into. So again, we're going to be doing that on Wednesday nights.
And I guess that is very much a good example of what is going on. A lot of excitement, much ado about nothing. They don't have anything to offer yet. The compensation plan might be active mid-June. Product education and products might be coming soon. They're still prepping for that. So far, they have only collected warm bodies. And also in the other call I reacted to, I will link it up here, there was excitement, this overly enthusiastic excitement about nothing. No facts, no actual news, nothing was shared. It was nothing burger, it was word salad, it was very general statements. We're elevating others. We're so authentic. We want to uplift others. But no specifics, no specific information, except how authentic they are. Because that is what you do when you're a truly uplifting person, when you're truly authentic and organic. One of my most favorite and unfavorite buzzwords as well. You have to tell other people how your intentions are. You have to point people into the direction how the audience has to perceive your words. You cannot allow them to make that decision themselves, to make the conclusion themselves. You're authentic, you need to say it. You're organic, you need to say it. If you want to elevate others, you need to say it. You cannot just put it into the open and let others judge. No, you have to say that, because that is what truly sincere people do.
And then we'll also be doing weekly calls on Friday into that group as well. And those are with different people in the company sharing best practices, what they're doing to either, get a lot of people in the business, sell a lot of product, build teams, whatever it is. But every Friday, there'll be 3-4 people that kind of go into there and they do a little bit of a training, and that will be in there. So if you don't get to see it live, don't worry about that. You'll be able to watch the replay. So all of that being said, we've got a really good system. Our goal, our job is to keep tweaking what we're doing, plan, do, review. I think we've all learned that over the years in this business. How can we keep making it better? How can we keep making it more duplicatable? How can we keep making it easier for people to grab the information, get into action, and get results? We're a big fan of that. If there's complexity, it slows people down. If there's too much information, pulling people in 1,000 directions, a confused mind always doesn't do much, as we all know. So remember, as we're doing this business, the more simple you can keep it, the more you can give people an assignment every single day. I love giving people assignments. As we brought someone into the business today for the first time who's got some network marketing experience, all she said was, give me an assignment, tell me what I need to do. I got my link.
So can you lower your voice at some point? Who speaks like that? With the voice always up, because it's a continuous flow of thoughts. It's not really factual information. That's why there's no point, no full stop, no exclamation mark at the end, no question mark. If the voice is always up like that, that is really annoying. Maybe they should have offered speech training as well. You see how wonderful it is if you actually lower your voice at the end of a sentence? Do you see it? Now. That is such a relief. And no worries about Nueva being too complicated. There's nothing that makes it complicated yet. Just recruit. They cannot do anything else. It's not complicated. Trust me. It's not complicated.
I got my link. And I says, go get your best 10 people in today. Once you get your best 10 people in today, help those 10 get their best 10 people in today. That's how you get 100 people pre-enrolled pretty fast in your business, so that you're set up for May, and then you just keep building on that. But really think of that, that's an assignment for all of you when you get off of here. It's just like, what assignments, and I would take a piece of paper or whatever you have and write down some assignments that you have on paper so that you can give to people when you're talking to them every single day. One of the things I learned a long time in this profession is that, you'd never want to leave a conversation without giving someone an assignment or giving them a challenge or giving them, really good advice and telling them what to do next. People love that and they respond to that, where if you're giving them something to do after that conversation you have with them, there's a good possibility they're going to go out and do that. And then they might come back and check back with you and be like, Jeannie, I did it. I got what you told me to get done. And now what should I do next, right? So just get good at that. So maybe, think about what are some of the hot assignments you can give people right now. Because if you look at the business in the stage we're in these different waves and stages. So, it's kind of fun that you're all here and we're going to be adding way more people to kind of be with us through this, growth and launch, or we go pre-launch to launch to, crazy momentum and all the stuff that's going to happen here the next 90 days. So the last 3 weeks, a lot of it's been vision. A lot of it's been education on Zooms. A lot of it's been all the stuff you all know what we've been doing. And then on Saturday, it became so real for people because they actually had a website to go to. They actually were able to put their information in. They were actually able to confirm the email, get another email back from Nueva. They were actually able to see an ID number. They were actually playing around with the back office and all the different drop down languages and things like that. And they're going, oh my gosh.
He's all over the place, just like his background. That is really annoying. He spoke about get 10 people in, who get 10 people in, who get 10 people in, so that you're set up with 100 people by May. Just a heads up, that didn't work. So far, only 11 people were able to recruit over 100 people. We're seeing the same consistent BS we see in all network marketing companies, that only a few people at the top are able to do that. And then you have people who recruited some 50, some 40 people, and the people at the very bottom, at least at the moment when I'm filming this, that is 19 people by the person in spot 99. So they haven't even achieved that. And they're simply in pre-launch phase. So all they can do, repeating myself again, all they can do is recruit people. That is all they do. They only recruit people. That is all they have to focus on.
We went from a lot of vision and just this idea and concept to now having this. So now we're in this phase for the next 3 weeks where we're going to be full court press all out to really take that number of 4,000, 4,500, probably 5,000 by the time we're done tonight, and keep growing that number as big as we can as a company, as a collective group, because this kind of excitement is what really spills over for the whole company. It's kind of like I live in here in Minnesota, and it gets cold here and we have a lot of snow here. And it's like we go to these ski hills and we go sledding and we go tubing and we do a lot of cool stuff in the winter. And it's like you start packing a snowball, right? We love doing this. And we get the snowball and we pack it and we pack it and we pack it on top of the hill. And then you kind of roll it down the hill. And as it rolls down the hill, the snowball gets packed more and it gets bigger, and it gets packed more and it gets bigger and it gets bigger and bigger. And as it catches steam, it's getting bigger and wider and bigger and wider. And then it gets to the bottom of the hill and it's just a gigantic, what started with a snowball like this is just so big, so wide and so tall. And that's what we're doing here right now at Nueva. It's like we packed the Nueva snowball, and now we kicked it off the mountain on Saturday, and it started with this one little snowball. Now there's going to be 5,000 snowballs by the end of the night. You know what I mean? So, and that is going to keep building steam. So that's what we're doing right now.
Just because you try to explain a pyramid scheme where only recruitment is possible at the moment, and you use this analogy of a snowball, a massive snowball, growing and growing, bigger and wider, as if we're all idiots and we don't understand how that happens. I mean, that could be like an avalanche, really deadly for others, not really helpful for others. Just because you try to describe it as a snowball, which is really insulting as somebody who also lived in Minnesota for a year. It's quite sad to see that he is in Minnesota, actually. I really enjoyed living there. Just because you describe a pyramid scheme with this picture of a snowball doesn't make it less sketchy and scammy. It's still a pyramid scheme. Just because some try to explain their compensation plan and their structure as ladders doesn't mean that it's not a pyramid scheme. These people currently operate as a pyramid scheme, and that is why they want to get as many people recruited as possible, because that is the only thing they can do. Whether you think about pyramids, about snowballs. In German, by the way, it's also called Schneeballsystem, snowball system. So joke's on you, it's the same thing. Or people climbing up and down ladders. No matter how you want to position this scheme, it's still a pyramid scheme. No snow can save you there. They're only able to recruit. No customers. No products for sale. Let's remember that.
Now we're in this phase. So in pre-launch is that it's a really fun stage because you're able to really use your voice and use your energy and use your messaging to really talk about, hey, we just opened up our free global pre-launch. Oh my gosh, we've been waiting weeks for this. It's finally here. I'd love to send you a link so you can get in and set up a free account. I'd love for you to see the back office. Again, we're not taking credit cards. We're not doing any of that right now. It's like setting up an email account. But I'd love for you to be a part of this. Here's my link. Get set up.
Set yourself up, recruit a lot of people, and then learn afterwards what products you have to sell and how you can get compensated. No business person would ever do that. And no business person would accept assignments from another distributor. How am I running my own business when that is what my life will look like? I have to work myself into the ground trying to get as many people in the very beginning when I know nothing that I can offer them. I know nothing, nada, nichts, niet, null. That sounds like a truly successful business model that will totally not falter and will totally not be in deep shit by the end of this year, at the latest.
And then once you get set up, shoot me a message back because there's some things I want to fill you in on and walk you through how this is going to work and how you can be a big part of this with all of us here. So you give them that assignment, they go and set up their account, they come back to you, then you tell them how you want them to go and get their first 3, 5, 10, depending upon, your relationship with them. If they, have people that are really excited that they want to go to right away, and give them an assignment to go get their first person or their first 3 people or their first 10 people. And as they do that and come back, then you're helping them do the same. And you're maybe setting up a chat then with them and their people, and there's excitement in there, right?
Yeah, and you can only do this so many cycles. Recruit 5 people who recruit 5 people who recruit 5 people. And in, 15 cycles? In theory, you would have recruited planet Earth, the population on planet Earth. So how realistic does it sound? And also, isn't this a weird focus just on recruitment? What about these amazing products and those amazing boxes? Shouldn't they be the basis of an actual business, of a legitimate business? But no, it's the humans you need to recruit. It's very telling. It's very eye-opening.
But this is a fun stage, this global free sign-up stage, because everybody's like, man, this feels really good. I don't know how many times I hear that every single day since we kind of started this on Saturday with people getting in the system. Wow, this feels so good. Wow, this is awesome. Man, I love the people here. Wow, this community rocks. Oh my gosh, and we don't even have products yet. We're not even paying people yet. And people are just so fired up right now. And they're talking. I've never met more people talk the way they're talking right now on social, in conversations with their families, with their friends, with their communities, with the people that they do life with. I mean, it's just crazy right now. But that says a lot about you because you've been a big part of that with how you run your business, with how you show up, with all your love and how good you are in this business, because all that ripple effect, people feel that. People get excited. People buy into that. So it's really special right now.
It doesn't say necessarily a lot about the people who sign up. It says a lot about the people who desperately, after Modere shut down, had to set all of this up. We don't charge you yet. We have nothing to offer yet. Get people in. No products yet. No compensation plan yet. Well, you will figure out at some point what we will charge you with, how we will charge you, what you have to do, what products you have to sell, what you actually have to do to make money, but come in first. We're not charging you yet. That sounds like desperation from the side of the people who set all of this up, because they desperately had to hold on to the former Modere people for them to not go to other MLMs. That's what I'm hearing.
So during this stage of pre-launch, challenge yourself a little bit, and if you said you had a goal of getting, 10 people in this week, say, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to do 15 this week. You know what I mean? And then, challenge some of the people that you're working with. And we do this in a fun, loving, caring way. What I realize with challenging people is most people like a challenge. Most people get a little bit excited about a challenge. Most people kind of say, oh, okay, Tony, I like this. Okay, you're challenging me 10 people this week? I'm going to get 11. I didn't say to get 11. I just said get 10. But no, I put this little challenge out, so now you're coming back saying I'm going to get 11. So that's the kind of fun stuff that happens with people, because people are competitive, and they, I think the most interesting part of what we do is, as you guys know, this can be a lonely business times, right? Because you're kind of in your own market by yourself. We're all over the world. When you're off of Zoom, you're in your office, you got your phone, you got your computer, you got your paperwork or whatever in front of you. And I think the more that you can really stay connected and keep people's energy up right now, just the more they're going to have fun and the more they're going to talk to people and the more they're going to bring people in. So just remember that in this stage. And, this stage is only going to go, for another 3 weeks. And then this stage is, unfortunately, it's going to be over. This will be the next stage that's over. The first stage.
That is so incredible. First of all, who can take somebody like this seriously? Imagine you have a colleague who speaks to you like this all the time. I would want to throw myself out of the window. I would quit my job right then and there. I would do things I'm not even going to talk about. No, I would not be able to take that individual seriously. But you guys, in 3 weeks, all of this paradise, all of this magically recruitment-only sphere will be over, because then we might need to charge you. Then you need to brace yourself. Then you might need to, it's so hard to say, then you might need to actually sell products. And then you might actually need to fulfill requirements via the compensation plan that will be very likely not achievable for most people, because it's not achievable for most people in network marketing. That, in 3 weeks, so at the end of May, then all of this paradise will be over, because then you actually have to sell products. Dang it. If we could just have a business form, a business shape where we could just recruit. Very, very telling. So hype people up for nothing. They don't know yet what it is, but hype them up. And then you will receive product training step by step, and then they will start to learn what they actually need to do to make money. That's really how you roll up a business. That's really how you do it. You start from behind. Sign up the people first, then come up with a business model, with a compensation plan, and with a product. Sounds like something that will be everlasting successful.
Is over. It's done. Now this stage will go, and then this stage will be over, and then everyone will be doing their orders, setting up their pre-orders, building out their teams and networks, and then we'll go into that stage. So when you're in this stage right now, this pre-enrollment, there'll never be another free pre-enrollment at Nueva again. We're all here for it. So let's do our best to really take advantage of it, to max it out, and challenge one another, have fun with one another. If you need advice, there's some people that are doing great with it. There's some other people that say, man, just share a little tip with me, but what I have really realized with the stage we're in right now is that your excitement will say a lot. Your posture will even say more, and how you're leading people and connecting with people and giving them a story of why you're so excited and what can happen to them being here this early and being a part of this team, right where we're at. It's going to be in their best interest, and tell them what can happen for them, because a lot of people want to know, well, okay, I'm here, I just signed up. Well, let me tell you why you want to get your first 5 in or your first 10 in, and then we'll tell you how to do the next 5 or 10, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to get really excited about this. You're going to start adding some people, and the people that you add, some will enroll a couple, some won't enroll any, and then you might have one that takes off and they create 50 people, and you're going to be like, holy cow, that's really cool. And those people are all attached to you because they're a part of your team and a part of your business. So, just get good at telling stories and being authentic and being you, like we do it every day anyways. So just really focus on this part of the pre-launch. Now, what I have to really talk about,
here's the authenticity yet again in network marketing. We have spoken about nothing. This is yet again nothing. Void, empty space, hollow words, nothing. This is not a business. There is nothing. They have nothing yet, but we're authentically nothing. How is any of this authentic? Please. Nothing authentic so far.
Is I'm kind of looking over some of this compensation plan, and one of the cool things about the first order bonus that we're going to do different than we did in our previous company is this. So we're going to be able to earn 30% on first order bonus. So remember when you used to do an XM pack back in the day, not too long ago, right? You'd get $120 for doing that. You'd bring someone into the business, and you'd get, $120 in daily pay paid to you. So here's how we're going to do it here, and it's really a brilliant idea. So to earn the 20%, whoever brings that person in. So if I bring in Maria, right? and Maria gets started with an XM pack. Well, I'm going to earn 20% because I brought Maria in. She bought an XM pack, so I'm going to earn $80, for instance, right? Well, whoever enrolled me, because they enrolled me, they're going to earn $40. So did you get that? 20% is going to me. In our previous company, we would pick up all 30%. So now 20% is going to go to me, not 30. So I'm going to get $80, but the person that enrolled me, they're getting the other 10%, which is $40. How cool is that? So that's a new implementation. So you can write this down. 20% on the first order as the enroller.
Yeah, that's also completely new, that your upline is able to benefit of your work and the people you recruit. Maybe not necessarily with a sign-up bonus. Apparently it wasn't like this in Modere, but that's part of the business model. That's why it's so predatory. That's also why it's so horrible. You let other people work for you who make zero, close to nothing, and you're able to benefit of your downline. We've never heard that before. It's completely new. It's been never done before. But at least that's the first fact that he's spreading here. The first factual information that you pay out 30% on a new sign up, and you as the person who signs somebody up gets 20% and your upline gets 10. That's the first factual information so far. For a company, in this call, it was on May 6th, this call, for a company that wants to pre-sell, pre-launch, pre-order products 3 weeks later.
Right? And then earn 10% on the first order as the enroller's direct enroller. Get that? Earn 10% on the first order as the enroller's direct enroller. So that is super, super exciting. And I really thought it was brilliant because it really allows that dynamic to happen between, the person you're bringing in, they're happy, and then the person that enrolled them, they're happy. So again, that's just one of the things that we're doing. Here's another thing that we're doing that I think you'll get really excited about. So we're going to start the customer pod piece that you guys all know very, very well, a little bit different. So that's going to start at 15%, not 10. And that's going to go all the way up to 40%, not 36%. Now, when you get in and you're brand new and you're a promoter, guess what? You're going to earn 15% right off the bat on your first product sale. But check this out. Guess what it is to go bronze? Because you all know what bronze used to be. It's going to be 300 points to go bronze, not 500. And it's going to be 3 customers to go bronze, not 5 customers. And you're going to go from 15% as a promoter to 20% at bronze. How cool is that? So you're going to be able to jump pretty fast to go from 15 to 20%. Then silver is going to be 24%, gold will be 28%, platinum 30, platinum 1 32, platinum 2 34, platinum 3 36%, platinum black 1 40, platinum black 2 40, platinum black 3 40. So how awesome is that? So just a couple things that we're doing different with the customer pod and that part of the plan.
So they're making the Modere compensation plan better, and they're really, really rushing this. If they make any mistakes there, and the company will not be profitable once they're actually able to launch products, and the people are actually able to participate in this compensation plan, then I would say they're screwed. Nonetheless, just because you get more commission when you sell a product, you're able to benefit more off of your downline, and you're able to get more commission, and you're able to benefit more if you rise in the ranks. How likely is it that the people will rise in the ranks? This is something they set up as a normal network marketing company. If we've learned anything on this channel, looking at all of the income disclosure statements from all of the different MLMs, most people are at the lowest ranks and they make barely anything, and the handful of people that are able to rise in the ranks, they're able to benefit. Still the same structure where few people are able to benefit, get a certain percentage of commission, product they sell, product their downline sells, and the people at the bottom make barely anything. So how likely is it that people will be able to rise in the ranks in this new MLM, in Nueva, once they're set up with everything? It's, in my opinion, still the same thing. It's still the same picture. Few people at the top, most people at the bottom. So far, I've not heard anything that would make me assume that it is different in Nueva than it is in every other network marketing company.
And then we're doing a lot of different pools and bonuses. And I'm really excited about these pools and bonuses because I think, what's really important is you all are here and it's really early. Like, you really have believed in us and you're loyal and you're like, I'm doing this and I want to make this happen. I love what's happening at Nueva and I want to be a part of this on a big, big scale. So one of the things we're doing is we're doing something called a Founders Elite Pool, right? So basically, here's what's cool about this is that when we get started from June 2005 to June 2006, to qualify to become a Nueva founder by advancing to elite level and maintaining elite status at least one other month within the qualification period. Well, once you do that, this is once in a lifetime opportunity to become a founding member. So when you get to elite and hold it one time that first year, those first 12 months, and if you do it the last month of qualification, you only have to do it 1 month. Well, every time you're qualified elite, for as long as you're at Nueva, for 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, you're going to be getting a pool and shares for being a founding member.
Yeah, you don't get shares. Those are bonus payments that Monade also tries to push. It is additional bonus payments for the people who join early and for the ones who reach one of the higher ranks. That is also not outstanding. Hardly anybody is able to do so, and then you also need to keep that rank for another month, which just shows me that they assume that it's not that easy to do. And you get that also as long as you stay in Nueva. How likely is it that this MLM, with this messy setup, nothing to offer yet, is actually able to survive just 5 years? Just 5 years in a network marketing sphere that is changing so quickly, where companies pop up and they close just as quickly as well. I would be surprised if this company is on the market for more than 3 years.
Of all the company CV globally, and that is pretty impressive. So 1% of the CV is going to go into this elite founders pool, and everyone that is in there is going to play on that for as long as you're here. But then we're doing something called these leadership launch bonuses. Now, just know we're going to explain this to you in the next week or two and give you a lot of analogies and make it crystal clear so you can understand it and you can be excited about it. But these leadership launch bonuses, it's going to turn the profession upside down when they see what we're doing. So there's social marketer builder title shares, and then the person that enrolled you gets the match on those shares too. So it's kind of like how we're doing the first order bonus. We're doing the same thing with these launch bonuses. So again, the person that can go out and get them, that you bring in, can go out and get them, but then the person that brought that person in matches on those shares too.
Yeah, that's also not new. When you launch in a new territory and you help somebody in that territory to reach a certain rank, then you and other MLMs, Monade, who is currently struggling, is doing that as well, trying to incentivize people. When that person hits a certain rank, then you also get an additional share because you helped somebody in that new territory. But all of these things are leadership bonuses. Most people will not be able to participate in this. This is for leaders. This is not for the field. And that is why this is yet again predatory and highly unrealistic for most people, because most people will not be able to participate in these bonus payments. And if some people are, because at the moment you can only recruit, how likely is it that that is actually sustainable? How likely is it that they will keep those ranks? What if you drop in rank? What if you leave the company? What if the company is not being successful? What if they're not even able to make a profit? Then it doesn't matter that you get 1% of the commissionable volume, because in that case, you get hardly anything. And most people, yet again, won't even be able to participate in this, because these are leader bonuses.
So how cool is that? But there's going to be team leader bonuses, senior team leader, director 1, director 2, director 3, elite 1, elite 2, elite 3. I mean, Team leaders, you get 1. Senior team leader, you get 3. And you'll get all this, so don't worry about writing it down. Director 1, you'll get 3. Director 2, you'll get 3. Director 3, you'll get 3. Elite 1, Elite 2, Elite 3, you'll get 3. They all stack. Directors, you get 1, 2, 4 all the way across. Elites get 1, 2, 4. And these pools are going to be ginormous. And the money and the check stories that are going to come out of these launch bonuses, just know this. I went through it fast. You'll see these analogies really, really soon, way before we start paying the comp plan, so you'll be able to understand everything. But just ideas that we've been able to implement, put into the comp plan, and really set it up for the first 6 months, the first 9 months, the first year here at Nueva, so people can say, man, I was here early, and yeah, I worked hard, but holy cow, I made 200% more than I ever thought I was gonna make. Like, oh my gosh, these bonuses that I'm getting. All I did was put my head down, follow the system, do what they told me I was supposed to do, and these bonuses are just mind emoji explosion, right? So they're really fun. They're really aggressive. They're going to pay out a lot. And one of the things Brian talked about, and a lot of you saw Brian's letter, I think it's all over social media right now. I got to tell you this, it's probably one of the most powerful letters I've ever been a part of in 30 years. I had more people from about 50 different companies kind of shoot me a message the last day since we got that letter out, just saying, I am so happy for you guys. I am so proud of this letter. I can't even believe what you guys have pulled off, and the team of people that is already with Nueva, and the respect you have in the profession, and just people, your peers that are just on your side. We're all rooting for you. Like, we're just so blown away. And you know what they said? I got goosebumps now. They said, you guys did something everybody's been talking about for the last 5 years, but no one's actually took the talk and put it into the walk and pulled it off. They said, you guys actually did it. You guys actually pulled it off. You guys actually made it happen. It wasn't all this talk in the profession of what's been swelling up around here the last 5 years in all these 100 different countries and all these different businesses and network marketing. You guys actually made it happen.
What did they make happen? So far, I see a lot of talk and no action. He has given some specifics now of what he hopes the compensation plan would look like, what the people will have to do, what bonus payments. They have done nothing so far. They haven't launched a company where the people need to purchase their way into the company, starting with a business kit, with a bonus kit, something like this. You can only recruit warm bodies, no products yet. The compensation plan hasn't even been communicated. There is no sign that this is a different network marketing company, that they will disrupt the industry. Tony Van Schoik tries to do the very same thing, and she has been now for 5 and a half months now. She's trying to do the very same thing, trying to set everything properly up in the back end, trying to use AI, trying to disrupt the industry. She also has the most amazing products on planet Earth that we cannot even buy yet. And here you can only recruit people in the hopes that then afterwards you will be able to fulfill the compensation plan points. The reason these people overnight started a new network marketing company, him included, by the way, he's a part of the corporate team, yet he is also one of the distributors. Another couple does the same thing, where I have to ask myself, is that legal? Are you even able to start your own network marketing company while you're also a distributor in that company? It at least is highly, highly unethical. So why are people congratulating you? They're love bombing you. Potentially they're making fun of you. This is typical MLM BS speak. And no substance and nothing to back all of this up, all to hype people up, to keep people interested, to stay here. Compensation plan will come, the products will come, this will be the bestest of the best opportunities ever with all of those leadership matching bonuses that we will give you. This hasn't ever been done before. But let's remember, they have nothing to offer. Zero. And they were so scared about the backlash that they had to falsely See, even the ambulance in my area says, yeah, alert, watch out, that they had to falsely copyright videos from anti-MLM creators because they couldn't deal with the negative public attention and with the backlash. You cannot erase the internet of negative information about network marketing companies. You cannot. They have nothing to show for.
And did it. Good for you. Like, way to not just sell out and go to XYZ. And they're like, I would have loved if you would have came to my company, but way to not sell out and just go to a company just to go to a company. Like, you guys actually did something. The whole profession wants to bow down to your entire team and sales team and just say, wow, way to do that. So I thought that was really cool, to talk to our peers and
look at all of the websites, look at all of the Instagrams and TikToks and Facebook announcements from people running other network marketing companies, being super duper top leaders in other companies, congratulating these fools for starting Nueva Global and new MLM in 2025. How many have we seen of those posts? People bowing down. That is wishful thinking. That is hype. That doesn't exist.
To talk to other people and get these kind of messages like this. So if you haven't shared that letter, it's gotten us a lot of leads. I know it's gotten a lot of people a lot of leads because it's like instant, connection with people. It's instant conversations. And just remember one thing too, and I know a lot of you know this, is that a lot of people don't come right away. You know that, right? There's a phase that comes right away. Then there's a phase that comes in 90 days. Then there's a phase that comes the first year. Then there's a bigger phase that comes in year 2. But what happens as a professional, like all we are in this business, is that as you keep the relationship strong with people, as you keep opening doors and you keep connections with people, and as more people start coming, those people start coming with you. Those people start following you. Those people start messaging you. Those people start becoming your customers because they want bikini in a bottle. You know how many people that are in other companies that are like, you can't say anything, but as soon as you get bikini in the bottle.
If you actually believe, as a legitimate professional, as a legitimate salesperson, that anyone in 2025 will purchase a product from you unironically, believing you can build a business on that and that it will actually work, that is called bikini in a bottle, then you have a problem. That train has left the station. That ship has sailed.
I'm going to be your customer, but you can't say anything. I mean, these are big leaders and big companies that have great weight loss products, I think, right? They do a lot of money in sales and they're just like, I want to be your customer and buy these products. So, you're going to get that, but know that you're going to get people, and the pods are, and that's the next phase of this, right? As we go into July, then you turn the pods on after you get everyone doing their founders pack in June, and then the pods get turned on and the customers get turned on. We put 25,000 people in, and then we get all the founders packs out. And then all of a sudden, the next month we turn on the pods and everyone starts getting 10, 20, 50, 100 customers. I mean, it's just like, I was thinking about that today and I'm like, wow. I kind of look at a progression here. It's like, we're going to put in 20,000 people or more. That I know after what's happened in 4 days. And then you got the launch packs. Interesting. And now a different dynamic to this is you're going to have the launch packs, physical products, XMs, but then you're also going to have this travel component too, which everyone's like, when is it ready? When is it ready? When is it ready? Here's what I will promise you. We are like stripping it down, building it back up, stripping it down, building it back up, like already 15 times. And we could have came out and laid something out a week ago, but because we're being patient and because the people we're working with are like, Tony, as soon as we decide, and you guys got to make that decision, as soon as we decide on all the stuff you want for your field, for your community, for them to sell it, for them to really do really, really, really well, not only in North America, but the global piece, we can have it ready for you guys in a week. So don't worry about that. But you got to be sure on this, because once we have it in place, we're going to run with it and run really strong, and we're going to teach the levers on it so you know exactly how to sell it, how to make the most amount of money, how to set your people up to win. But what I know is this: the more I spend time on travel, the more I'm like, holy crap, I could just sell travel and make 6 figures. Holy cow, I could just sell travel and build an army. Because when you understand this piece, it's just like you're going to save a bunch of people a bunch of money. You're going to give people 24/7 white glove customer service in all these different languages. You're going to give them cruises where they're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars on, have better rooms, have elite rooms, have all the stuff. I was looking at this Fiji thing today, and he was like, Tony, let me show you this. And he's showing me these deals for Fiji with all the food, all the hotel, all this stuff. And it was like for a whole 7 or 10 days, like for $4,000, when that thing should have been 10 grand to anybody else that wants to go book that trip. We could give it to somebody for $4,000. I'm just like, and it's all done for you. It's all mapped out for you. You just got to hit a button and it all populates and it's all right there. So
you're joining this company to sell bikini in a bottle and cruises. That sounds like a very, very well thought through business model, because of course you could never go to the Caribbean or to the Bahamas for $4,000. I traveled from Berlin, or was it Munich back then? No, I think it was from Berlin, with my sister to Florida. Then we took a cruise in the Bahamas. I think it was the East Bahama cruise. We didn't pay $4,000. Just saying, including a flight from Germany to Florida, a week in Florida, all of the excursions we had there, the hotel we had there. If somebody like this in a network marketing company is able to offer you a cruise for $4,000, I would suggest you start your research, because there is a great chance, the likelihood of you being able to purchase this cruise for a lot less if you didn't go through that system. Who wants to start in a network marketing company where you sell bikini in a bottle and cruises? Why is that a good business model? Two things a lot of people have to cut down on in 2025. Unnecessarily supplements that promise me a bikini because it's bikini in a bottle, and cruises, pricey vacations. $4,000 for a lot of people is still a lot of money, and they cannot spend that currently on their vacation. So you're not only selling something in a network marketing model, which is a dying model. Less and less people have respect for this and do not want to be connected to a network marketing company, also not purchasing the products. And then you're selling them overpriced products, and then you're selling them products they don't need. What will people cut out of their lifestyle? Unnecessarily supplements that promise them a thin body because you want to look great in a bikini, and cruises. Only a very specific amount of people, only very specific customers, very few customers in this day and age will be able to go on a big trip and will be able to go to a cruise in the Caribbean. So let's think about this concept really, because if you take a closer look, it is not that amazing and it sounds pretty much rushed. But don't worry, because the people who get compensated really well, who get those bonus payments, those are the leaders. And that is completely new. It's never been done before.
I don't want to get too excited about this because I'll turn this into an hour Zoom. But I was thinking, so we go into, we got all the people in through pre-launch. Then you go in and you do the founders pack on the physical product side. And then you also have the travel side, right? So like we could do a 1-2 punch with that in North America and actually almost sell like 2 XMs, if you know what I mean. An XM for the products and an XM for the travel, right? So we could actually now sell basically 2 XMs. So think about the power of that. We're always used to selling one when you do something like this. We could actually sell 2. And then as that explodes, you go into July, you turn the switch for customers. Everyone starts getting 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 plus customers. The pods explode. The travel has picked up steam from month 1, and now it's going into month 2. That explodes. And you literally have the Nueva business.
Then you have the Nueva business. Yeah, so suddenly it's not a snowball anymore. I mean, come on, this is absolutely ridiculous. Who in their right mind falls for this crap? Why should any of this explode? It might blow up in your face, but then you have to look for the next MLM. Then you actually have to start another one, or you have to try to take your team to another one that already exists, that didn't explode within a year or 2 or 3.
A rocket ship. Like not just an idea anymore, not just a vision anymore, not just talking about what's going to happen anymore. You actually have this lifting off, and everybody's watching it lift off. And that is that's all been watching, because there's good, and that wave is going to be a substantial wave. That wave now comes in our world. And now all of a sudden, we're just like, holy cow, where did all these people come from? They're just like here overnight. And then once we bake that in to the end of the year and open up 2026, and then we have our first ever big event. I didn't even talk about events yet. You know, our kind of...
You would be a great storyteller for kindergarten children, although he might also come across as scary. But as a true adult, as a serious individual who wants to build their own business, who actually wants to start their own business, who actually wants to sell products or cruises, no, I'd opt out there. And with that background, with that wallpaper, sorry, I could not watch that for the life of me.
Mindset would be, and don't hold me to this, but we're just throwing stuff, thinking about stuff, is having an event sometime in September where we all get together, and don't hold me to this, but having something in September, kind of when we were going to do the other Fall Social Marketing Summit.
Then why speak about it if you're not even being held accountable to this, because you don't even know if you can throw some sort of event in September? Then only release the information when you securely can do that. How about that, business owner, top leader, person in front of a very colorful wall? How about that? Wait if you can actually throw an event for everybody to get together in September. More cost. So in September, the people also have to spend already a lot of money to get together to some sort of convention. Okay, cool.
And then launching something big in March or April for the masses, and having like 5,000 people at that one in 2026. And then by the time we have another one in 2027, we have 20,000 people, and we do it in an arena. Because the arena...
Speaking of wishful thinking...
Like T-Wolves are on tonight, right? They're playing Golden State. Like, we go in T-Wolves arena, and there's 18,000 people in that arena for our second yearly event. Like, that's where this is going. So just get ready. So we're not there yet. We're right here where someone can get your link and get in for free. So that's where we're at right now. So I wanted to share this tonight. As you can tell, I'm really excited. I know you're really excited too. I just want everyone to know this. As we keep moving and as things keep changing and growing, and it seems like it happens so fast, just be patient, reach out. You know, I get frustrated a couple times this morning and a couple times this afternoon, and Sarah's just like, Tony, chill. Like, just take a breath. It's going to be okay. I know you're impatient. And you want everything so fast, and you want everything to work right now, and you want everything to be perfect. I get all that, Tony, but chill out. You're okay, Tony. It's going to be okay. I'm like, okay, babe, you're right. I got it. Let me take the dog out for a walk. Let me go get some steps in. That's what I'm doing right after this. I'm going to the park to go hang out with Lucky in the park for like a half hour. So just know that, like, it's going to be okay. And if something is going on, just reach out. Hey, I need a strategy for this. Hey, what are some advice for this? And we'll figure it out, and we'll make it all happen for you, okay? I love you. Thanks for being on. Thanks for hanging out with us. There'll be a replay. We will get the replay out to you. And I'm going to challenge you. Here's my challenge as you leave this. Everybody on this Zoom, and how many are on still right now? About 100 people. Everybody on this Zoom, I'm going to challenge you. Here's your assignment for the next 24 hours. Everyone has to go get one free enrollment that's new in the next 24 hours. So before you leave, I got to have personal responsibility. So let me do mine. Hold on. I got to say in. So, oh no, I'm going to put one. So if you're up for that, put one in the chat. If you say, okay, Tony, I'm going to go get one free enrollment in the next 24 hours, outside of everything that I'm doing, outside of all my people that are in, I'm going to go get one new free enrollment in the next 24 hours. So look at that. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're in, you're in, you're in. Oh, going for 5. See, there's that challenge thing again. One's not enough. I like going for 5. See, everyone's different. Cool. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Look at that, Cat. I love it, Cat. Cat said 2.
Everyone's different. Look at the chat. 11112511111. No, they're very similar to things we've seen before. It's nothing special. It's nothing outstanding. It's just a lot of fuss, a lot of words, a lot of excitement about something that hasn't even launched yet. They're trying to desperately hold on to these people.
I'm gonna do more than 1. Oh, Mariana, is that? Yeah, okay. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That means there's a lot there. Anyways, thanks for being on. You know we like to have a lot of fun, because if you're not having fun, the business is boring. And yeah, crap don't stop. I got you, Robin. Yeah, that too. That and everything about.
Yeah, I'm going to stop this now. There are only a couple of seconds left. Shut up, squeaky chair. The fun thing is they don't even have a business yet. Did I say that? You can sign up there for free at the moment. They don't have a business. They have nothing. Lots of words. Very colorful background. Very psychedelic, in my opinion. I couldn't have lunch. I couldn't have dinner in that room, if that's the dining room. Just saying. Wouldn't be for me. What's the purpose of this video? To advise people that Nueva Global is a network marketing company, and they have nothing so far, except for a lot of people that are very much hyped and that are in desperate need of starting something with a compensation plan and products coming out soon. They need to hold on to this thing because they have now decided that they're going to start this new MLM. They didn't go to other MLMs with their teams. They need to make this work or they will lose a lot of money. And then in my opinion, it is also highly unethical that the people who are part of the corporate team are also able to recruit into this company. Now, these are at the moment still free signups, but nonetheless, why would you recruit people for free into your own company? Either be on the corporate side of that predatory system or be a distributor. Both, in my opinion, is illegal. How can it not? But it for sure is unethical. So, Nueva Global, a network marketing company, let's not join. Let's continue to poke fun at this and at these presentations because they're truly very theatrical. They're fun to watch. At least that's what I think. If those videos are still up, if there are no copyright claims or anything I need to battle to reinstall them, because that might happen, then yeah, enjoy these videos and spread the word about Nueva. More videos to come for sure, and also show some support to the content creators who got false copyright strikes against their content. Julie Anderson, Aaron Bees, DC, Vanessa from Pink Moon Witch. All of their contacts will be linked down below. They're also on a roll and they're pushing and they're pumping out content also to let their audiences know Nueva Global is the next MLM. So let's keep an eye out for this. If you liked this video, then please subscribe. That way you will not miss out on any other videos. And if you like this specific video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!